Page 30, Morning Song. 3/4 time. It's got one flat. We're in the key of F major. All the B's are flat. Bunch of quarter notes and dotted half. No, I don't think the rhythm's going to be too much of a problem. Let's do one hand at a time. Make sure we get this fingering down. You're starting out with 1, 2 up here in the right hand. So it's here and then remember the B flats. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Just follow the fingering. It's that C's by itself. 1, 2. Try and connect the top note. You can't connect the bottom note. 1, 2. Just lift up here and keep that down, like so. And then again, measure 5. It's 1, 2 again. And you're thinking, well, why? I mean, you have to separate the notes anyway. Why can't you just use the same finger? And the reason is because I would like to feel the melody, and I can feel it better if I'm using different fingers. So here, that's, I want to feel that, so I'm 1, 2. And then, that's a half note in the F. And we use second finger so we can connect the C and the F. And then here, we can't connect these. They're saying 1, 5 for the top and bottom notes. Okay, there's other fingers, but that's all right. Then we're going to use second finger pretty much for the middle note. You have to watch out because they're not the same. It's like going from a measure in measure 9, the second beat here to the third beat. The A is on both. So you have to be aware of that. And then you come down, and then on measure 10, the second beat for the B flat, we're using fourth finger. It's okay, you can use fifth too if you want, I don't care. But fourth finger is typically because the little finger's a short finger, and that way we don't have to move the hand up in here. We can just stay here. And then here, they're saying 1, 2, 5. You can also do a here, a 2, 3, 5, and you don't have to move your hand up here. If you're going to move that hand up here, I could have done here and here. I could have just 1, 2, 5 on both of those. I'm going to do that. This is not a fast piece. We got time for it. But the fingering in the book's kind of interesting. However, I still prefer 2, 3, 5, I think. And then here, hold the dotted half note down. And then I do a 2, 3, 5. I can connect them all. Again. Here. And then you do that again. I'll come back to those little notes in a minute. Next line is back what you were doing at the beginning. And for the most part, that's the right hand. It's rather repetitious. Left hand at the beginning, you're here. The bottom note's going up. It's in harmony with the melody, so it's. I recommend a 3-1 for that measure 4, and then you can do 5 again here, measure 5. You're kind of stuck with that. I prefer 2-1 on measure 8, not 3-1. I don't know why they want a 3-1 there. A 2-1 is more comfortable. The second finger's there. And you have a rest, so you can come, I mean, your fourth finger's there anyway. And then here. And again, I play all this connected for now. And 2, 1. And 1. I don't like doing 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Sometimes you have to. It's okay in this piece, I suppose. I mean, it's a slow piece. Because you can also use the 3 on the G sharp. And just use thumb again. And you can use third finger for the last note if you want, because you got a beat rest, come back down. Whichever. Just pick a fingering and stick with it. Put the hands together at the beginning. See, we want to hear this. That's the harmony is kind of going together. Okay, and then measure 9 here. makes sense, I guess. So work it out where the hands are working together. Get rid of any hesitations you may have. The beat needs to be steady. This is a rather slow piece, not really slow, but on the slow side. So you've got time to move here from chord to chord to chord. It's kind of choppy, but that's the way it's written. Then we can add the articulation. Well, it's portato or portamento, depending on what direction you go. The point is you got staccatos and a slur together. That makes it a long staccato. You simply separate the notes. Then slur. Slur that and then the disconnect. And then lift up at the end of the line. You disconnect this is measure 7 and 8, or measure 7 going into 8. You want to, my tendency is to disconnect those slightly. If they really wanted it slurred, they would put it there. So they didn't put it there, that gives me, I got a choice. I can connect them if I want, or I can disconnect them. They didn't say, so it's up to me, whichever you like. And that's all over the place. That's pretty much the articulation. My tendency when I see music like this is I want to pedal it immediately because I know I need the pedal to connect the chords. I can't connect them if I don't use pedal. But that's not what the composer wanted. He wanted the disconnect in here, so leave the pedal out. Just don't. It's a different effect. So forth. Then add the dynamics. That's the top note in the right hand, the melody. Everything else needs to be soft if you can do that. It's kind of hard when you're playing chords to get one note louder than the other. You need to be able to develop that though, so I'm encouraging you to work on it. Try and get the one note in the right hand louder than any of the other stuff. And this is soft. And you're going to go up to about a moderately soft, not real to go up just a little, and stay there. And then come back down to soft and do it again. And then measure 9, then you go up to moderately loud for that top note. All these others got to be in the background. Measure 9, you're moderately loud to the top note. Same thing. Now on these little notes here, on measure 15, there's different ways people will interpret this. I can't tell you one way's right and one way's wrong. You can play the little notes right before the second beat. 1, 2, 3. You can play them right on the second beat. If you do it on the second beat, you're basically turning those 3 notes into a triplet. 1 and down. That would be my inclination. That's how I would play this typically for this time frame or when this composer lived. Keep in mind those little notes are extra. They're not part of the harmony, they're just extra stuck in. That's why I leave them out when I'm learning it. I want to hear the melody first. And then we add all the flourish. Like so. So I'm going to do them as triplets on the second beat. I typically do most of the ornaments on the beat anyway. You can do them before the second beat if you want. I think it's a little out of place. I mean, it's out of character for this piece. This is a fairly straightforward piece. You're not going to get any real quick little notes in here. To me, it's better to do that as triplets. And the poco ritardando there, you slow down a little bit anyway. Coming to the end of basically a section really, and then it's about like it was at the beginning. Now the off tempo means go back to your regular speed. So forth. And that's really mainly most of the piece, because the rest of it's rather repetitious. Andantino, people don't agree what andantino means. Ugh. You have moderato and you have andante. Some people think andantino is a little faster than andante. Other people think andantino is a little slower than andante. To me, it's a little faster. It's between moderato and andante. Well, it's all arranged and it's all done by feel anyway, so just play it on the slow middle area. Not slow, but on the slow side of the middle range. And again, that's not the speed of the beat, it's the flow of the piece. Of course, it's got quarter notes all over, so it's probably the speed of the beat here. But where do you think the middle would be? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. To me, that's about the middle. So I'll just slow that down just a hair. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. To me, that's about where andantino would feel. After I've had a little more coffee, I might feel a little different. So it depends. Notice at the bottom of page 31, the last line, you have that phrase again. There's no crescendo there. See, a lot of times in music, when the last time they do a phrase like that, or musical motif, they'll change it the last time. Somehow they'll change it. They may change some notes. They may add an ornament. They may change the rhythm. They change something. Here, they just change the dynamic. Don't get louder here. Stay soft. Because you're getting ready to die away. If anything, you can get softer. Slow down. This not poco rolling. This is slow down. Slow down. Don't slow down so much it drags. Some people wonder, are you going to finish or not? But slow down. I'd like to play this with you very slowly. Well, it's slow anyway. To double check the notes and the rhythms. So I'll give us 3 counts. Let's try it together. 1, ready, go. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, rest. 2, rest. 2, rest. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, rest. 2, rest. 2, 3,